Hi, my name is Dr. Ronald Zammit. I'm a clinical psychologist, psychotherapist, and a certified clinical trauma professional. In my first two videos, I spoke a little bit about what stress is and also what can cause it. In this video, I'm going to tell you a bit about what you can actually do in order to manage stress, particularly when you're feeling busy and overstretched. The good news is that we don't really need a complete lifestyle overhaul in order to effectively manage our stress. But very often, what we need are small, sustainable practices that can give our nervous system some time to breathe and recharge. So what I'm going to talk to you about next are 4 different things that you might want to include in your day-to-day life. The first one is the importance of shifting from on to off, even though this is just done for a brief period of time. In fact, most of us don't have the luxury of taking a whole week off in order to reset their bodies. But it's also important to remember that in order to reset our body, even small things, small breaks can make a very big difference. So this could be achieved by doing things like doing a 1 minute of slow breathing between lessons, taking a few moments of quiet time outside, and also perhaps listening to some calming music on your way back home. What we need to remember is that whenever we pause, we are sending the brain the message that we're safe and that it's okay to slow down. The second thing that you can do is to notice your internal dialogue, the thoughts that you're actually telling yourself. In fact, in my second video, I spoke a little bit about how certain kinds of thoughts and beliefs, they can lead to chronic stress. So whenever we catch these unhelpful thoughts, such as, for example, I must always do everything perfectly, it's important that we stop, we take a little bit of a step back, and we reevaluate the helpfulness of these kind of thoughts. And perhaps also asking ourselves, is this thought helpful or is it harmful? If this was happening to a close friend of mine, to a dear colleague, what would I tell them? So when we begin to reevaluate these kind of thoughts, what we're actually doing, we're interrupting the cycle of self-judgment. And we're gradually beginning to talk to ourselves, perhaps in a bit of a more compassionate way. It's also important to keep healthy and clear boundaries. So boundaries are really essential. And it's okay to protect your energy. And this could be done by doing things both in relation to ourselves and also in relation to other people. So in order to maintain these clear boundaries, you could maybe try to set a time to stop replying to emails, for example. You can also say no to certain things which you know are just going to make your situation feel even more unbearable. And you might also begin to let go of the idea that rest needs to be earned. So what we need to remember is that setting boundaries, it's not a selfish thing, but it's actually something which is going to make our work and our lives feel a bit more manageable and a bit more sustainable. Last but not least is the importance of connecting to other people. Okay? In fact, stress gets heavier when we're trying to carry it all alone. So talking to colleagues, talking to trusted friends, talking to family members is actually something which can help our nervous system to regulate itself. In fact, I'm going to refer to a saying which was made by Dr. Becky Kennedy, who is a clinical psychologist. And what she actually says is that we bend better when we're being held. So it's important that we seek support, that we seek the help of other people when we find that things are feeling impossible to manage them on our own. So my final message is that managing stress isn't about being perfectly calm. But it's important that we begin to build small habits into our lives so that they can allow us to hold space for ourselves, hold space for other people, and also to remind us that what you do matters a lot and that you really, really need to take care of yourself. Thank you very much.